I would buy a bunch of seed packets of a bunch of vegetables and everything, and I would actually plant them and start handing them out to people.
Our children are so unhealthy. We know for sure that this is going to be the first generation that does not outlive their parents. Childhood obesity is a huge problem. In New York, it's a food desert.
My daddy was a farmer. Mama was a farmer's wife. And by the time that I turned 10 years old, I knew the farmer's life. Fetching water before sunrise, milk the goats and feed the hens. And in the evening before supper time, I'd do it all again.
When I look at nutrition, it really needs to be one, availability. And so what we have found is that if you put out a bowl of fruits and vegetables alongside of a bowl of chips and pretzels, the children will absolutely go to the fruits and vegetables first.
Does the cabbage sound squishy or crunchy? Crunchy, right. And you know, that's one thing about vegetables that we can eat when they haven't been cooked. They have the most content of all of the good vitamins and minerals because they don't have to be cooked in water.
It's just not available to our students, and a lot of times it wasn't available to their parents. And so now this becomes generational. And so what we're trying to do with nutrition is if we educate the children on, okay, here's the, not just eat an apple, but here's the value of the apple, or let's grow an apple. And now we're taking that from our garden, they participated in that, care of that. All of a sudden, they're going to always eat an apple, and they're going to always look for an apple. And I thought one of the things that was amazing to me is we started Hope Street a year ago. And this year we had 5 parents start their own gardens. And I thought it would happen, but I never thought it would happen in 1 year. And they're taking pictures and showing me. So now we know that in those families, we have truly affected change. And now they don't have to come to Lincoln or to Hope Street to get a tomato. They can go in their backyard and get a tomato.
I'm thinking that it's actually really nice for them to actually try to make a garden and a farm in the city because there's not so many of those around. Because you see that there's all these things growing, and usually I've never seen this before. All I usually see is we see gardens, but they're not as big as this, and they're actually trying to make a farm. Like, that is crazy, and I actually am really glad that Miss Annie and the people wanted this to be for us because they're just being really nice, and we got all this food that we're gonna get when it all grows. We're gonna take out the food like we did last year. I got a huge cantaloupe and I had it in my hand, and I got a pomegranate.
I grew up in this valley.
These children who are coming up, right, through our school, through our garden, that's what they're going to remember. I went to a school that gave me fresh fruits and vegetables. I went to a school that had a garden. I went to a school that we learned outside. I spent my summers there, and I went swimming, or whatever the expectation is. And then all of a sudden they come up to school and that school doesn't have it. They're like, well, where's your garden? Where's my cooking class? Where's my child's nutrition class? Where's their exercise 3 times a day? Where's their, you know, in between classrooms, they're doing this or playing or they're dancing or they're singing or whatever. That becomes the expectation, and then all of a sudden we've made a true movement.
Lettuce and orange, tomatoes, here.
That's watermelon.
What is that?
Squash.
Squash? You got some over here too.
I see some onion.
Where you see onion at? Tell me where you see onion.
Look, right there is squash and cantaloupe.
Hey, where's that corn?
Greenery.